Hi! Okay, so I filmed this video already, but my camera overheated and I lost the footage. So let's do this again. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about where I've been, what I've been doing, and just Colorado, all the experiences, what happened, why I was in the emergency room, oh my god. So basically, when I left here, I filmed a video and I was ready to post and everything, which is why I was gone so long, but I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I was trying to figure out everything. That's Taz. Willie's over there. So basically, that's why I couldn't post that video for so long. And then once I got to Colorado, I was so engulfed in the mountains and the beauty of it all. It is so peaceful and relaxing there, especially in Boulder. We have someone that's giving my dad stitches right now downstairs. My dad fell while he was trimming the bushes, and the weed whacker hit him in the head, and he got, he's getting stitches like right here in his head, so yay! So I've had an eventful morning, and yeah, so basically, Colorado. So when I got there, I got to Denver. We were staying with some family in Denver. They're not vegan. One of their kids is vegetarian. But other from that, there was a lot of meat. And that was hard for me because my family, for the most part, is mainly plant-based, which is so incredible. And yes, my brother here and there will have meat, and here and there my dad will have some animal products in like bread and stuff like that, but it's very few times. So my household has very little amount of meat, and which I am so grateful for. And it's crazy to think of how far my family and I have come from just all being on the standard American diet, but I'll touch on that in another video that's gonna be coming soon. I have so many videos that I have to film, and I'm feeling like overwhelmed on how much I need to pour on social media right now. But I gave myself some time to just relax and write. I'm actually writing 3 books right now. I know, I'm crazy, but that's okay. Don't know what I'm thinking, honestly, but it felt right to me. And if you're wondering what the books are, one of them this is crazy, but I'm actually gonna be done with it by the end of this summer or to early beginning of school year. And it's gonna be an ebook, and I'm so excited. And then I'm writing another book that is my personal stories that I don't think I'm ready to share with the world yet. So, but it's gonna take a long time to write, and maybe by that time I'll be ready to share more of myself with you guys. But I share so much of my life already, and there's a lot that I don't tell you guys, which I'm not keeping secrets or anything. It's just I believe that it's okay to have a personal life. I think that it's a good thing to have a personal life, so yeah. But then my third book is actually going to be a book. It's a made-up story that I'm writing. Once I'm further on it, and I've really been creating it for a long time, it's gonna take me like a year or more to write, so don't expect any news about it anytime soon. But ever since I was little, I wanted to be an author, and I've always loved writing, which is why my Instagram posts turn into like these huge captions. If you follow me on Instagram, you know this, but I love writing. It's such meditation for me, and I stopped writing at one point just because it wasn't like the popular thing to do or the normal thing to do. So I've been gone for about a week and a half from talking to you guys, which when I say it out loud, it doesn't seem like that long, but it feels like I haven't talked to you guys like in so long, which is, it's really cool because I feel as though I'm catching up with old friends when I talk to you guys, and it's so much fun for me. I love this, and I love you, and I want you to know this. But I have so much planned, and I actually wanted to show you guys something. I'm going to touch on my business aspects for a little bit, and then I'm going to get into what happened in Colorado, and I'll insert the times for that right here, and if you want to go check those out and skip the business part of this video, go ahead. So, need to find some. Okay. I actually need to wash all of these, but I really want to show you. Okay, so I collected rocks on my hike, and they're very beautiful and they're shimmery, but right now they have a lot of dirt on them, so you can't really tell. I collected a ton of rocks, and they're almost like they're stones, and collected them while I was in Colorado because I realized that I wanted to create rings with these. So I started collecting them to just get it started, and I think I have them like literally everywhere in my bag. Like I have so many that I've collected. Like, I just have so many that I got, and they were all in the mountains, and they were so beautiful. And I knew that I had to pick them up, and I knew that I needed to do this. But I plan to actually travel, and once I'm done with high school, and for those of you who don't know, I'm graduating junior year, and I do not plan to go to college. And I've gotten a lot of questions since I told you guys that, which I will be doing a Q&A very soon. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know this because I posted a little Q&A picture caption thing, so yeah. But I'm gonna be trying to figure out how I can do this because I started getting rings and I love them. It's so fun. And this is on an entirely different subject, but I'm actually getting a medical bracelet. I was online, and I want to share this because I think it's really cool. I was online looking for medical bracelets, and I came across one with a Maui gem, and then the day before that I had been online searching for books, and it was on this little shop, and a little Maui gem came up, and then I was like, this is really strange. So then I looked online at Maui gems, and I started looking through them, and they are so beautiful. I'm gonna show 2 photos right here, and the bracelet is right here. And I just fell in love with the idea of creating something of that sort with gems. I actually kind of want to create medical ID bracelets because I'm very passionate about health, and I'm very passionate about living, surviving, stuff like that. And so I decided that I want to do something of that sort, which is why that all ties in together. And then the next business aspect I wanted to touch on in this video would be my paintings, which are like all behind me. And here's my stack of prints. And I wanted to just talk about what you'll receive if you buy something on my Etsy shop. So if you buy a print, you will be getting like one of these prints, and they're all like this size. And if they're not, it will say on there, but they're pretty small. They're cute, and sometimes I cut them into interesting shapes because I find it fun to mix it up a bit. But if you don't want that, let me know in the little note that you can send. And if you want any sort of inspiration or anything that you're dealing with, let me know on there. But I just have all my paintings like on these little prints, and they're just like all on here. So with whatever print that you decide to buy, you will be getting a little note, whether it is a little sketch with stuff written on the back, or it's like this with just like inspiration and stuff, or something like this, and so many other ones that I have already written out. I'm actually selling some of my original paintings, which are gonna be more expensive than the prints, obviously, because the material and it's the original. So I'm so excited about all of this, and I don't know where it will take me, and I'm not thinking that this is going to be my main source of like income or whatever when I leave, but I really want to be an author, and I want to write, and I want to travel, and I want to explore this world, and I want to share stories. So yeah, I don't know, I'm trying a lot of stuff out, and to get inspiration and figure out what I wanted to be doing. And to be honest, I'm just gonna put this out there, I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing. No clue whatsoever. So for those of you who have had that question, which has come up a lot, I have no idea. But I do have a Q&A, and I'll be addressing a lot more of this, like what my ideas, what the possibilities are of my future. So yeah. That's the gist of that. But I've actually been reading a lot more of books, and I've been trying to broaden my horizon with not only vocabulary but ideas, and I've been informing myself a lot about different topics and trying to figure out who I am within all of this realm of different things. So yeah, I've been exploring a lot about myself recently, and I think I needed that time, that little bit of a break, to really fully identify myself and fully figure out what I'm doing in this world. So yeah. This video is gonna be probably very long, so I'm sorry, but yeah. I wanted to touch on so much, and I've been gone for a while, the longest that I've been gone, I'm pretty sure. Which like isn't even that long, but I love talking to you guys and connecting, so yeah. I wasn't really sure how I was gonna be like productive in Colorado if I couldn't do what I loved. And then I realized I have just recently started this channel about, I think it's been 7 months ago, and that's a very small percentage of the life that I've lived so far, and I need to remind myself of this so I can give myself time and perspective, because looking back, I don't even recognize myself from a year and a half ago. Like I am the same person, but I have grown tremendously in the sense that I have become more of who I truly am. I've always been this person. I've always been this soul, this spirit, this being, but I was so distracted. Like my mind was somewhere else, wanting to be popular, I wanted so badly to fit in, and I wanted so badly to not be judged and not be ridiculed or bullied or anything like that, because I'd spent so much of my young life dealing with all of that. It sucks to be bullied, it sucks to be made fun of, it sucks to be different. But is different bad? And the answer is no. I don't understand why the word different is so... We're all unique. We're all embodying our truth within this world. If you found me somehow on this journey, you are slowly figuring out how to embody your truth, and you are slowly figuring out what you is. And I know that sounds weird, but like, just hear me out. When I was in 4th grade, I was bullied, and I'm not going to go super into depth about this. I might make a different video about this. I have a lot of topics that I'm getting ready to share with you. Some that are personal, some that are very vulnerable, but I'm ready. I'm ready to share different sides of me and open up about different topics, because I feel that not many people do. And I think that it's really important for you guys to know that I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. And we all go through bad times. We all have bad days where we're not this positive light in the world. And I'm not gonna come on here and be like, oh my god, like, guys, I've had the worst day, like, this happened wrong, and this happened wrong, and this life sucks. Like, I'm not gonna do that. And like, I'm not gonna come on here and just be like this negative, like, soul sucker. Like, no, that's not who my being truly is. And that's why I want to encourage you to be a positive light. And I'm not always gonna be that positive beam of inspiration and love, because even though that's my main being, we're not just positive people. We're not just funny. We're not just these emotions. We're not an emotion. We are three-dimensional, and we have so many different sides and realms to us. And basically what I'm trying to touch on is, don't limit yourself to an expectation, because the expectation put on you is going to limit your potential. It's going to limit who you end up being and what you end up sharing, because it's just trying to fit you in this tiny little box that you don't want to be put into. Like, fight that. Fight being normal, because in reality, none of us are like normal. We're all different. I want to share some experiences in this video, this jumbled, weird video that I'm that I'm filming right now. So when I got to Colorado, I was staying in a house with a family who is not vegan, and if any of you are watching this, I love you. Thank you for letting us stay in your home and be a part of your life. So although that was fun to catch up with these people and it was nice to stay there, I can't fully open up and be who I am in a space that isn't mine. And I realized how profound that is in my life in this moment. I got there, I was really excited, and I was so excited to just be in the mountains and get to explore this place. And we were in Denver, and for those of you who haven't been in Colorado, it's in the US, by the way, Denver is a crowded city, and although it does have beautiful hiking trails, there's always people on them, which isn't necessarily what I like to come to. So it was nice being there. It was nice getting to rest in that place. And it was a good experience, for I learned a lot about myself there. So we were in Denver for a day, and then we drove to Fort Collins one day, and there I met Michelle. Michelle, if you're watching this, I love you. Thank you for being the gentle wisdom soul that you are. You're complete magic, and I love talking to you. You're such a ray of light, and I feel so blessed that I was able to meet you and our paths were able to cross. And I don't know if you guys have experienced this before, but when you stumble upon someone that you just know that relationship, that it will be forever, whether it's whether you live in different countries or whatever, it's always there, and that relationship is being carried, and you always have that soul connection, that place to come back to. Yeah, so I met her at a little restaurant, like a little mom and pop's place in Fort Collins, Colorado, and we ate there and we were talking and everything, and it got to the end of the meal and we took a picture together that I posted on Instagram. I'll insert it right here. And then she was about to go to work. She's actually a Reiki master, and Reiki is incredible. It's like the most amazing thing ever. I'm gonna hopefully make a video about it once I've learned more about it. She was about to leave for work, and we were just paying the bill, and I started feeling tingly everywhere in my body and like shaky almost, and then I felt like I had a frog in my throat, and I felt really hot, really sweaty, and I was just like really almost panicking and just like feeling nauseous and just really disgusting, and it all came on in a matter of like 5 minutes, and it was like 15 minutes after I finished eating, and me and Michelle were taking pictures around the little restaurant because it was such a little cute place. So I started feeling like that, and I was like, I'm gonna step outside for a minute, I'll be back. And so I went outside, and I was just not feeling good, and I started like leaning over, and I was like, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and then I proceeded to throw up 7 times. It was so bad. I threw up all over myself, and then my mom came out, I threw up on her. I'm sorry, mother. And it was just very bad. People were staring at me, and I felt very self-conscious. I hate throwing up in public. I hate crying in public. I was full out bawling my eyes out. I could not handle my emotions or anything, and I was like, oh my god, I might have the throw up bug. This is so embarrassing. I feel so pathetic, and I was just like really working myself up. And so my mom was like, okay, come here, sit on the bench, you're okay. And but then she started to panic because she was like, wait, it was the food, it must have been the food. My mom, she's very whenever something happens, she's like very like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like she gets herself all nervous, and so do I. So we're not a good combination when it gets to that point. So the fact that she was the only one there for the first bit was like a little bit it wasn't working out too well. So then Michelle came out, and I was so embarrassed because I just met her, and I was talking to her for like I think 2 hours, and having a great time, and I was just so embarrassed. And it's like, oh my god, this, like, I hate this, I don't like this attention, like, I'm such an introvert, and the fact that so many people were staring at me, like, were like, is she okay, like, and just stuff like that. I was like, oh my god, like, get away from me, like, I just want to be by myself, like, oh my god. And, Then Michelle started doing tapping and Reiki on me. I got to the point where I felt as though I wasn't this body. Like, I was not in my own body. Like, it's like an out-of-body experience. It's almost like when you're meditating and you just sink in and you just feel that oneness like that. We're all just stardust and we're all just one. And I don't know if this sounds like even remotely like understandable. My mom rushed me to the ER and I got there and my mom and my brother were telling me that I was completely gray. Like, my entire body was just gray, which, if you don't know, means that your blood pressure is so low to the point of, like, it's possible you could not make it. And that's how serious this was, which is why I really want to touch on this and note that if you ever are having an allergic reaction, take your EpiPen. I know that it's scary. I know. Trust me, I know. But please, please do it, because if you don't, you couldn't, there's a chance that you won't survive, and I don't want any of you to go through this. It's a very serious matter, and don't take it lightly. Don't take it lightly. If you have an allergy and you're aware of it and you start turning gray or you start having allergy bumps everywhere, or you're like completely red with allergy bumps, or you're having a really hard time breathing, or your mouth is completely swelled up, for the love of God, take the EpiPen. So I was dumb and I didn't take the EpiPen and I was completely gray. I got to the ER and they put me in one of those beds, and I don't even remember like any of this. This is just what my brother and my mom told me, because I think I was just so overwhelmed that like I just like wasn't there, like my mind was somewhere else. So if you've ever experienced that, you know what I mean. So they put the IV in, and I actually posted something on Instagram with the IV in the hospital, and people were like, oh my god, are you okay? And the amount of messages that I got that were like that were just, it blew me away. I was like, oh my god, like people actually care. Like, I didn't know that they actually cared. And I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you for caring. So basically, I was very freaked out, but they put the IV in me. They were taking blood. Like, they took like 4 vials of blood, and I don't remember any of this. From being completely gray, it turned into a almost red looking sunburn all up my neck, and then it started to spread to the other shoulder, all the way down my arms, all the way on my boobs, all the way down to my stomach, all on my thighs, all on my legs, and then it went out my feet. What the heck? Once I started feeling better, they took me home. And now I'm gonna shoot back to yesterday. Yesterday, me and my mom went to the allergist doctor that I see here in Kansas. I got there and we were talking to the doctor, and we told her all my symptoms and everything, and she was like stunned. She was like, you are so lucky. And I was like kind of confused. I was like, well, yeah, like I know I'm lucky. Like, at least they didn't put more like tree nuts, or like didn't put tree nuts directly in the meal that I had. It was just cross-contaminated. So, which means that they used like the same pan as they use with walnuts or something like that, and to cook my food. So that's basically what that is. Some people are only allergic by eating, some people are allergic by cross-contamination, some by scent, some, yeah, by just touch. on the outside, like the exterior of yourself. So yeah, my allergy is severe, although I'm not scent, which means I can be in the same room as someone eating walnuts. I just don't really feel comfortable with that because it freaks me out. But anyway, I'm allergic to all tree nuts except for almonds, and I'm not allergic to peanuts. It's a very weird allergy, but you'd be surprised how many things are cross-contaminated with tree nuts. To the point where I've been to the emergency room 3 times for having a severe allergic reaction. And that's not including just all my allergic reactions in general. I've probably had 20 allergic reactions, but they haven't been bad to the point where needing like the EpiPen and all that other stuff. Just needing like the pill that you take and whatever. So basically, she was telling me and my mom, she was like, with the symptoms that you had, you are lucky to have survived. It is like a miracle that you didn't have worse of a reaction to the point where you could have died. Like, and I was in complete shock. I didn't know that it was bad to that point. Like, I was like, oh my god, like, I didn't realize that it was that bad. Like, I just thought that I was just having a like bad reaction, and I just needed to take some time and just get like the pill, and they actually gave me like a super high dose, so that's probably the reason that I'm not dead. That sounds like really morbid, but yeah. So it was an experience that I learned a lot from. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned that feeling embarrassed isn't worth it. It's not worth it to not take the EpiPen and wait and then be in the ER for 4 hours rather than taking the EpiPen and having all those side effects, but having all of it start to go away within 5 minutes. And sometimes I have to know this if you have an allergy. Sometimes if you take it and within 5 minutes it doesn't go away, then you need to do the second dose. So shoot it in the other leg as well, and then rush to the ER, because it's not about taking the EpiPen, it's about the reaction itself, because you're only temporarily like helping your body like flush it out, but it's not like a super permanent thing, and it's not long term. So go to the ER after you take the EpiPen, but it's not about the drugs that were injected into your body because of that. I'd actually been talking to Claire about this before I went, and she was like, Skylar, please go to Boulder. You'll feel so at peace there, and you'll feel so carried. And my mom that day actually told me, she was like, oh, and Skylar, by the way, we're going to Boulder. And then I got that message from Claire. And I was like, and then I told her, she was like, this is what happens. Like, it's just so cool how all of that just kind of flows into itself. It's all the synchronicities that happen in our worlds, like, they all just flow together. And I'm going to be sharing these throughout this video because I just figured that they kind of inspire people. I am so lucky for him. I am so lucky that I have accepting parents and a lovely, kind brother. I am so lucky that I have friends that care about me, and I am so lucky to have survived the allergic reaction. I was gonna make this an ASMR video, but then I decided not to because I wasn't feeling it, but I'm gonna be doing ASMR videos in the future. So if you want those, let me know, because I've gotten some requests for them. But yeah, and I'm gonna be doing more vlogging and more what I eat in a days, and because my diet has changed and is gonna continue to change very rapidly throughout the next few months. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of what I eat in a day is just to talk to you, and I'm going to be talking to you guys in between it so you guys kind of understand why I'm eating what I'm eating, and I'm going to make a whole entire video about the nutritionist that I'm seeing, and I love you. Go check out my Etsy shop, buy some of my prints, or you can buy my originals. My grandma's calling me. I will be right back. My grandma is the sweetest person ever. I just talk to her for like 5 minutes like once a week, and she's like, hi, how are you? I missed you so much. Like, she's literally the sweetest person. She's funny. But yeah, so I just wanted to say goodbye, and I love you guys, and I wanted to touch on one other thing, which is, please never compare yourself to any other being than yourself, for you are unique as well as your path. Your path is going to be different than mine. My path is going to be different than yours, or anyone else's for that matter. And that's so scary because we have no idea where we're going to end up, and we have absolutely no clue where we'll be. But in the end, that's what makes this life so incredibly beautiful. And it makes me so excited for what's to come. And I want you guys to be as excited as I am in this moment. I love you. Thank you for everything, for your love, your support, and trust that your path right now, you're where you need to be in this moment. And whatever experiences come your way, they're happening for a reason, and you will get through them and you will become stronger from them. Tessie, isn't that right? We love you, and we will see you soon. Bye. Thank you. We all love you so much. Bye.